that discussion later.
I like it.
When Brian's not around.
Nate, you may have to register. Oh, okay. Outreach is your
Ready, Brenda? All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the 7th regular council meeting of Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Would you please stand me for the invocation? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father,
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom and power and glory forever. Amen.
all right. Welcome, everybody. Let the minutes show that all members of council are present. We do have a few guests tonight. Mr. Stout, do you have anything for us tonight? Mr. Kraus?
I'm done.
You're done? All right. Mr. Zahn?
I actually have something for
Okay.
you. So I made these up. So this is on Murray Avenue near Bicentennial Park. So there's two pictures. One is, there's 3 pages. The first page is the Murray Avenue near Bicentennial. The second page is the intersection of Union and Murray. And the third is codified ordinance number 330.02, I believe. So basically, I just have 3 questions. Which level of government maintains Murray?
Level of government maintains.
Local, county, state, is it a partnership between the two?
Murray's all ours, isn't it, JT?
Okay, so it's local. Is Murray considered a truck route?
It has been since Mascotech was a forging plant out there. I don't know when they opened.
Okay. So it's still considered a truck route because there's a plant down there. Ultimately, there's a bunch of sand trucks that go up and down that road. And it's really tearing apart that road. There's a lot of children that live on that road. I'm not saying that these trucks are violating any traffic laws, it's just the volume of trucks is not conducive to that road. Is there any plans for remediating it to make it more truck-friendly? Or what are we looking at?
Greg, you want to take this one?
I can do my best. So we did contact Smart Sand. They're the sand company. It's, with all the trucks. Looks like they are estimating about 120 trucks a day up until about May 7th when that project's done. They are going up through town and then taking 30 over to Kensington area. After May 7th, you will see a 3 or 4 week hiatus. There's a break. Then they will pick back up again with about 80 trucks. I do not know the location of that next well. I don't know if they're going to be going the same direction or not.
Okay.
So that's the information that I received from Smart Sand. We did look at some alternate routes to go over to Kensington. I don't think they were as truck friendly when you go back through some of those county roads and stuff. It did not look like it was going to be a viable option. So right now, that's the information that I have.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all I have.
And is Murray, have we decided on the streets that are getting paved yet?
Yeah, Mike's still looking at that. But I'm expecting the asphalt company to start making comments to these things, so hopefully we can get some of the fun that we heard.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming. Anybody else have anything tonight? All right, off to our consensus item. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the 6th regular council meeting held March 25th, 2025.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Roll call.
Joe,
Yay.
Meadows,
Yay.
Benson,
Yay.
Jordan,
Yay.
Harris.
Motion so approved. Need a motion to approve the financial statements for the month of March.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Coe,
Yay.
Meadows,
Yay.
Baldassar.
Yay.
Jordan,
Yay.
Harris.
Yeah.
Motion so approved. Need a motion to approve the bills totaling $266,408.05 for the month of March.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Coe,
Yay.
Meadows,
Yay.
Baldassar,
Yay.
Jordan,
Yay.
Harris.
Yeah.
Motion so approved. Turn it over to the administrator.
Thank you. So included in your packet should have been my monthly report that kind of highlights last 3 weeks of March and the first week of April or so. Kind of highlights what we've done within the community, meetings I've attended with different organizations or companies, just some projects that we have coming up. One was, we discussed the community center, the downtown wayfinding signs, their location, and possibly upgrades for the posts used for those. We do know we received funding from the Ohio Public Works Commission for the McDaniels water line. I do have a call tomorrow to look at that schedule. Then just some upcoming projects, working on some branding guides for the logos. I have an initiative for the Discover Minerva app, work on our 5-year plan, possibly a master plan with Stark County Regional Planning Association. And then we did have a quick meeting about possible traffic light upgrades and what that would entail. So that was a quick 4-week synopsis of what I've been up to. I did receive a report from the police chief. Looks like they have received 338 calls in the month of March, 132 traffic stops, 50 traffic stops resulting in citations. Completed 32 incident reports, 7 crash reports, 11 reports resulting in assault and criminal charges. So if there's any more information that we would need from the police department, we could have police chief here at our meetings. For the meeting today, looks like we have old business ordinance for the cybersecurity. It's a new business in regards to right-of-way acquisition for the Grant Street Bridge project, accepting a bid from Environmental Design Group. Then we have our 2025 fee schedule, and then a couple different motions for, looks like a sick leave, retroactive improvement, motion to approve retroactively a sick leave clerical error. And then we have a motion to approve refunding of monies to the Minerva Dairy. And then a payment for, looks like Charles Harris and Associates. That's all I got.
Very good. Any questions for the administrator? All right, we'll turn it over to JT, our service director.
Thank you, Mayor. In the street department, we interviewed candidates. I think we had 10, 11 applications. We interviewed a bunch of the applicants. Did end up hiring Braxton Davis for the position. I believe he starts on the 14th. They're still removing the parking meter posts and filling the holes. They removed a bunch of dead trees along the hillside in the 400 block of North Market. Changed the brushes on the street sweeper, and we're still using HPM to fill potholes. Hopefully the asphalt plants will open up soon and we can get some more permanent repair. And the water department, they flushed the distribution system on March 29th. Installed a cap on the abandoned well number 1, the line that came into the plant, and we also had a valve that wasn't working in the water plant, and we changed that out. And Ohio EPA ambient groundwater sampling is scheduled for April 16th. In wastewater, they had a call out on 4 or 5 due to the flooding. There was the sanitary sewer was overcome, I guess, by flood water. And Workman is going to change wasting valves, I believe, next week. In the park department, they also had some call-outs during the flooding over the weekend, moved 2 memorial benches so we didn't lose them. They're continuing with picking up sticks, flushing, and install a rotary sign at the handicap swing at Municipal Park. And with zoning, 19 permits have been issued, and prepared a file for the Minerva Fuel Liquor Board hearing this Friday, and submitted that to the Department of Commerce. And that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Any questions for JT? Is there anything that we need to do for that
You
meeting?
need to testify and appear at it.
Who?
I think myself, I believe, is Clark, are you gonna appear in the zoning meeting for liquor control Friday?
I'll be there.
And I believe a representative from the police department should be there.
Okay.
What time is that, JT?
I think it's 10 to 11:30.
All right. Thank you, JT.
Good, thank you.
Clark, do you have anything for tonight?
No, Mayor. Thank you.
I do not have anything at this time. So on to our old business. Need a motion to hear third and final reading by title only and for passage of ordinance number 21-25.
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Discussion. Greg, is there anything you want to say about this?
No, sorry.
This is our cyberbullying, or I'm sorry, cybersecurity.
So, yeah.
Sorry, elementary teacher. Cybersecurity policy. This is our third read. Roll call.
Coe,
Yay.
Meadows,
Yay.
Oldesar,
Yay.
Jordan,
Yay.
Harris.
Yay.
Ordinance number 21-25, an ordinance approving the Village of Minerva cybersecurity policy.
Ordinance number 2125, so ordained. That will take place, 30 days, Clark?
Yes, 30 days.
30 days. Very good. On to our new business. I need a motion to hear first reading in full of ordinance number 22-25.
I'll make that motion.
And for approval.
And for approval, I'm
And for
sorry.
approval. And I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Meadows,
Yay.
Jordan. Yay. Oldesar,
Yay.
Harris,
Yay.
Coe.
Yay.
Ordinance number 22-25, an ordinance accepting the bid of Environmental Design Group for right-of-way acquisition services for the Grant Street Bridge project and declaring it an emergency. Whereas Council for the Village of Minerva, Ohio deems it necessary to procure right-of-way acquisition services to complete the Grant Street Bridge replacement project, and whereas Council advertised for competitive bids for said right-of-way acquisition services pursuant to the requirements of the Ohio Revised Code, and upon the recommendation of the ODOT engineer for the bridge project, deems it necessary to accept the bid of Environmental Design Group of Akron, Ohio, which bid met the minimum bid requirements and was the lowest and best bid. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Minerva, Stark, Carroll, and Columbiana Counties, Ohio, that 1, the bid of Environmental Design Group of Akron, Ohio for right-of-way acquisition services for the Grant Street Bridge replacement project is hereby accepted at an amount not to exceed $28,770. 2, Greg Meidinger, Village Administrator, is authorized to enter into a contract for the right-of-way acquisition services with Environmental Design Group. 3, this ordinance is declared to be an emergency measure necessary to the immediate preservation of the public peace, health, safety, and welfare of the residents of the Village of Minerva, Ohio, to ensure the expedited approval of the acquisition services bid so that the Grant Street Bridge replacement project may proceed within the time deadline of the ODOT project award and shall become effective at the earliest date allowed by law.
Thank you, Clark. I need a motion to suspend Charter 4.05 rules for reading of ordinances or resolutions as an emergency, and to have second and third readings by title only and for passage of ordinance number 22-25.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion. Roll call.
Meadows.
Yay.
Jordan.
Yay.
Boldazar.
Yay.
Harris.
Yay.
Coe.
Yay.
Ordinance number 22-25, an ordinance accepting the bid of Environmental Design Group for right-of-way acquisition services for the Grant Street Bridge project and declaring it an emergency.
Ordinance number 22-25 is so ordained and is effective immediately. Next up, need a motion to hear first read in full of ordinance number 23-25 and for approval.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion. Want to talk about this one?
Yep, can do it, sorry. Let's turn sideways. So this is a 2025 rates and fee schedule for the village. It outlines bills, sewer rates, community building rates, cemetery, zoning, application fees, including food trucks, fences, pools, housings. It also outlines the season pass and general admission for the municipal pool and our pavilion rates.
Roll call.
Boldazar.
Yay.
Harris.
Yay.
Coe.
Yay.
Jordan.
Yay.
Meadows.
Yay.
Ordinance number 23-25, an ordinance approving the Village of Minerva, Ohio 2025 fee schedule and declaring it an emergency. Whereas various component parts of the Minerva codified ordinances and various uncodified ordinances establish fees to be charged for certain services provided by the Village of Minerva. Whereas this fee structure has resulted in inconsistent and inadequate adjustments to the fees charged by the village, further resulting in a failure to keep up with cost increases to the village in providing the services, and further resulting in inadequate revenue increases to provide said services in the village budgetary process. Whereas the various component parts of the Minerva codified ordinances and uncodified ordinances grant authority to council or named village officials to amend the fees from time to time by ordinance, and because council of the Village of Minerva reserves the right and power to amend the fees pursuant to the village's home rule authority, and whereas the village deems it necessary to review all fees for services provided by the village annually in a fee schedule ordinance to provide a structure for more consistent and adequate fee adjustments and adequate revenues for the budgetary process. Now therefore, be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Minerva, Stark, Carolina, Columbiana Counties, Ohio, that 1, the Village of Minerva, Ohio 2025 fee schedule is hereby approved as set forth in attached Exhibit A, commencing on the effective date of this ordinance. 2, all village administration personnel and department heads are authorized to implement the new fee schedule upon its effective date. 3, Brenda Abaugh, Clerk of Council, and the Law Director are authorized to forward to Walter H. Train Company all codified ordinance amendments necessitated by this ordinance. 4, this ordinance is declared an emergency measure necessary to the immediate preservation of the public peace, health, safety, and welfare of the residents of the Village of Minerva, to ensure the expedited approval of the fees to permit the continued safe and efficient operation of the village, and shall become effective at the earliest date allowed by law.
Thank you, Clerk. I need a motion to suspend Charter 4.05, rules for reading of ordinances and/or resolutions as an emergency, and to have second and third readings by title only and for passage of ordinance number 23-25.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Boldazar.
Yay.
Harris.
Yay.
Coe.
Yay.
Jordan.
Yay.
Meadows.
Yay.
Ordinance number 23-25, an ordinance approving the Village of Minerva, Ohio 2025 fee schedule and declaring it an emergency.
Ordinance number 23-25 is so ordained and is effective immediately. Next up, I need a motion is in order to retroactively authorize 10 hours of additional sick leave allocated to each full-time employee during the pay period of July 3rd, 2023 to July 20th, 2023 to ensure fairness to employees and operational efficiency of the village.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion.
So this is a motion to retroactively authorize the 10 hours of additional sick due to a clerical error, and it was around the time that a new payroll software was being introduced. So it was not caught until recently. So in all fairness, we thought it would just be a retroactive approval.
Roll call.
Co,
Yay.
Meadows,
Yay.
Boldazar,
Yay.
Jordan,
Yay.
Harris.
Yeah.
Motion so approved. Next up is a motion is in order approving the refund of $100,000 to the Minerva Dairy as a result of the adverse decision of the Court of Appeals. The payment to be drawn as follows: $34,285.48 from the general fund and $65,714.52 from the sewer fund.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion.
Pretty much outlines it in the motion.
So back in 2023, the dairy, the village received a settlement from the dairy for $100,000. That distribution is how the money was distributed. We have the option of taking it all from the general fund if we would, prefer that, or we can take it back, how we put it. So it's up to you guys, whichever funds you'd like to take it out of, but that was the original distribution. So because of the court decision, we have to pay it back.
Anybody have any comments? I'm going to leave that up to our finance director on how it should be taken out. Yeah. Roll call.
Co,
Yay.
Meadows,
Yay.
Boldazar,
Yay.
Jordan,
Yay.
Harris.
Yay.
The motion so approved. Next up, a motion is in order authorizing the finance director to pay Charles E. Harris and Associates, Inc. for auditing services in an amount not to exceed $20,000.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion.
This is our biannual audit of our finances. It's required biannually.
And how did that all,
So far, so
everything?
They're a little over 80% done. He said they haven't noticed anything big or they haven't found anything.
Very good.
Great.
They're off-site now, so we'll get the report probably,
Couple weeks.
couple weeks, I would think.
Roll call.
Good job.
Co,
Yay.
Meadows,
Yay.
Boldazar,
Yay.
Jordan,
Yay.
Harris.
Yay.
That motion so approved. That's all that's on our stated business tonight. We'll go around. Anybody from the crowd that have anything that they want to bring up now? Anything? We good? Jen?
I had Carroll County Planning Commission last Tuesday. Tom Const said that he was going to stay on 1 day a week until they found a replacement for his position. And then I want to thank Nate for scheduling the Silver Springs band at the Roxy. They were very good.
Very good. Bob?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Ms. Coe?
I don't think I have anything.
All right.
Neat.
A whole bunch of stuff. So, I'm getting double duty here. So, on the March 29th, we had the tribute to the Women of the Rock Hall concert at the Roxy. We pulled about 70 people there. Everybody that did attend thought they were really good. We're gonna have them back October 25th. Hopefully that time enough word of mouth will go around. Like Jen said, Silver Springs, the Fleetwood Mac experience was at the Roxy last Friday. It was a sold-out performance of 218 people. So that was really good. We're gonna have them back in December at some point. We haven't settled on a date yet. I did book Shadow of a Doubt, the Tom Petty tribute that I had at Homecoming last year. They're going to be October 18th. So that's our way out. Upcoming stuff, the Minerva Community Charitable Fund raiser is this Saturday at the Roxy. Tickets were on sale until we extended it till today. But it is Twain by 2. We have about 60 people attending that event. Should be a nice evening there with food and entertainment. The 19th, we have an Abbott and Costello double feature. Africa Screams at 2 o'clock and Jack and the Beanstalk at 4. Tickets are available at the door there. They're $5 for one or $8 for the two. And then Floyd Live is back at the end of the month, April 26th. Those tickets are available at floydlive.com. They're $25 a piece. We had a homecoming meeting last Monday. Not much of a big update from the last one. I think we're going to start posting some of the events and bands and whatnot for that week, June 11th through the 14th. So we're hoping we get nice weather like we did last year. Whole lot of stuff. I am almost finished with the Summer in the Parks schedule. So I think I'm just waiting on some stargazing nights, but everything else is ready to go. Second Friday starts in May. I posted that we have an 80s hair metal tribute band going to be there to kick things off. So wear your spandex and come on down and party. Wheelie Good food truck I think is scheduled, so I'm not sure if they've come to meet JT yet. They're going to be there. Food, and we're going to keep it pretty slim this first go around, just contained to High Street, so there will be limited spots if you would like to become a vendor for that. Chamber dinner is May 22nd up at Great Trail, so invites for that should be going out here shortly. Should be a nice night. I think it's the first big event out there with the event center and Heritage. So we'll be providing the meal. So working on new chamber membership. So that's picking up. That's doing well. And Planning Commission Thursday. So we've had a couple meetings just kicked down the road because of some scheduling issues, but we are back this Thursday at 6 o'clock here in council chambers to discuss the zoning map and lot splits. So a couple other possible topics. So that's it. So
I do have.
Thank you, everybody.
One more. I have park board on Monday, the 14th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers.
Very good. I don't have much. Again, great events. I was at the Silver Springs. The band did a wonderful job. It was great to see people before and after hanging out in the village. I know the Normandy was packed. I know the brewery was packed. I know Cape Pasa was packed before, and I hear there were several places that got some business afterwards too. So make sure that we're supporting, right? I mean, that's the big thing for us is we can keep having these events. And I know Nate does a great job at scheduling all that stuff through the chamber, but we have to make sure that we continue to support them and support our local businesses. So starting in May, the second Fridays are going to be real important. So we hope to see a lot of people out there. That's all I have for tonight. Unless anybody else has anything, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Discussion. Roll call.
Meadows?
Yay.
Coe?
Yay.
Jordan?
Yay.
Harris?
Yay.
Yay. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, gentlemen.